Day 2 of quarantine. A lot of free time. Tomorrow's my birthday. That'll be exciting. But after yesterday's quick tip cycling video on dropping our heels, today I want to bring up something else that I see a lot of people do incorrectly, and I see a lot of coaches fail to call out enough, and that has to do with pedaling and climbing. This applies to mountain bikes, road bikes, cross, everything. But I think it's especially important for enduro, and I'll tell you why in a second. But for the sake of the example, I am going to jump on a road bike just because it is easy to throw on the trainer here. So, I get a lot of people who complain about knee pain, sometimes hip pain, and most frequently lower back, and between the base of their neck, between their shoulders. And the cause of that a lot of times is during climbing, people pull on their bars. And when they do that, they are fighting themselves in so many ways. We're pulling ourselves forward, so then we're contracting our intercostals and we're hunched over while trying to breathe openly, and we're fighting ourselves there. We're pulling ourselves off of our saddle. We're pulling up on the front of the bike, and while climbing it's already pretty unweighted, so you'll have a lot of times where it feels like your front wheel is dancing, or even on a really steep climb you feel like your bike is just going to loop out entirely. And so the solution to that is we push on our bars. You don't have to open your hands, but I'll tell people to do it so I can see that they are not pulling, they are pushing on their bars. And when you push on your bars, that's going to keep you right back over your saddle, centered where you should be. It's going to keep your chest proud, where you can breathe well. It's going to keep you balanced, and it's going to free up your legs to spin smoothly and efficiently. And so when we're climbing, we're not crunched over and we're not bobbing. As people get tired, they start to bob. Don't be a bobber. It feels like you can put more force into your leg and bob down with it, but you are fighting everything else in your body, including your breathing, so much that is going to more than offset any power that you feel like you're getting. So we're going to push ourselves back and up, and we're going to free up our pedaling. Super, super smooth. Totally stable. My legs are moving, head is still, my shoulders still. I can breathe as big or as shallow as I want. Now the next really important thing about climbing is how you're pedaling. You probably hear people talk a lot about pedaling in circles, and this isn't new. But that bobbing also comes from people who like to stomp, where you push down and down and down. That's really, really inefficient. We want to pedal in a circle, which means pulling up on the back here, pushing forward here, getting that stomp that people love to do, and also this draw back. There's a lot of power drawing back here that people neglect, and the way to think about it is like you're trying to scrape poop off the bottom of your shoe. And in that backstroke we get a lot of power. And since we're using different muscles, we're going to have more endurance because we're not going to wear out, just the half of the leg that we're using. We're going to use our whole leg. And this is especially important for enduro riders because if we climb super smooth and we're using all the muscles in our legs, I'll tell friends and teammates, think like you have glass pedals, smooth and consistent. And what that does is that saves the half of the leg we do use for stomping, so that way in a timed special stage of an enduro, when we are standing up, descending and sprinting, we can have and save all that extra power for that stomping. But while climbing, again, we want to be smooth, circular, glass pedals. We want to open our hands, push ourselves back, proud chested, breathing well, eyes up, front end controlled, and that's that. Keep this one short, but as always, have fun, be safe, stay healthy, ride your bike.